Cool. So just clap randomly. Just
Go ahead.
that was a fucking pillow hand clap. I'm gonna do it again. Turns out I can't fucking clap.
Turns out it doesn't come up on the thingy either, but you know what? I should figure it out.
It doesn't come.
For some reason,
Maybe I just have pillow hands.
Wait, hang
I'll
on.
try it again.
Try it again. So yeah, we tried to do this before. This
We
obviously
have.
first episode. It's gonna be pretty cringe, I'd say.
Super cringe, but that's the fun of
This-
it.
Major cringe. That's why there's alcohol involved right now. Anyway, even if it's
This
a
is
tiny bit,
fucking
it's just
season 1, bro.
season 1, episode 0. As you said,
Episode
pilot
0.
episode. This is
We
gonna be.
still need to fucking
the-
suck off the producers so it actually, like, goes forward.
Yeah. I mean, I'm up for it. This is gonna be the decider on whether we actually keep going or not. But I'm into it this time. We've done it wrong the
Let's
last
do
few
it.
times.
We have done it
Um,
wrong, but we've learned from our mistakes, I think. I'd like to think.
Yeah. I always love to think of how we tried to do that other one, Lizard Youth, of course, RIP.
Classic.
And it was literally just an excuse to drink, and we'd record
was
for
good
6
fun.
hours, and it was fantastic.
It was good fun, and that's all that matters. I have good memories from that, I
Yeah.
think.
I'm surprised you can remember it because I can't.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
I remember the drawing was pretty fun actually. We did the little the tattoos drawings, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was something like that.
That was pretty fun actually. I enjoyed that. But that went on
Good
for
for
at
them.
least 7 hours. Me trying to cut up 7 hours of footage to make it into one episode. 40
Worth
minutes.
Worth it.
Yeah, it was so worth it. And actually the video editing and stuff was actually pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, video
I was
editing was
pretty
real
proud of
good.
it.
It's good practice.
Yeah. Right, so this is gonna be just like a little. Basically, we're gonna talk about what we like, our what we're interested in, and we're gonna try and do a bit of research into stuff we've always wanted to look into, and then kind of just tell the other person about it, I guess. So
Sounds good.
you've got we have a little document, and you've some actually very interesting. I'm really looking forward to the biblical demons one. That sounds very
It should
interesting.
be fun, man. I mean, that's all
Yeah.
my jam, as you've probably learned by now.
Oh God, yeah. And then you're really into your Spanish folklore as well, aren't you?
I do. I can't speak the language. I know very little about Spain, but my God, do they have an interesting history.
Yeah, even you've suggested movies to me about Spanish folklore and stuff. I can't even remember the names of them now, but they're on Netflix. I haven't actually
Good
watched
fun.
any of them, but they
Should.
like their old demons and devils and stuff, don't they?
It's kind of the main reason why I like it as well, not gonna lie.
Heck yeah. So yeah, pilot episode. We're gonna start. I was gonna do a heavy subject. We talked about this last week. I was gonna do a very heavy subject, but probably not the best idea for a little starter, especially if we kind of want to have some goofs and gaffs during it. Because that would not be a good idea if we're talking about something pretty serious. So for this one, I've done a little bit of research into UFOs. Well,
Oh,
I'll get into it, but UFOs and extraterrestrials.
hell yeah.
I've always had a weird interest in this, not like an obsession, but I've always been like, I wonder. So I'm gonna get into the whole UFO thing because I say UFOs, but UFOs is a standard fucking term for just something that's unidentified, as we know. But it's kind of become a symbol in a way for like little green men flying around in the sky. They're in their UFOs.
Putting probes in
You
your
know what I mean?
ass.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry, I have a story.
Okay, lovely.
Okay, no, it's not probes in the ass, but it's somewhat similar. It gets kind
Sick.
of sexual. And then extraterrestrials, which is the word I like to use instead of aliens, because obviously alien has many fucking meanings.
Different
Like
connotations, exactly.
someone from a different country could be an alien to you in that way. So what Google tells me is extraterrestrial is defined as of or from outside the Earth or its atmosphere. And then obviously UFO stands for unidentified flying object, and refers to exactly that, something that just government and people can't look at it and be like, oh yeah, that's an airplane, or that's a fucking balloon in the sky. It's just like, oh shit, what is that?
This is good. This
Um,
feels like I'm gonna learn something.
Maybe.
Cool.
Yeah, I hope so. That's kind
I
of the
I have
goal of
faith.
it. I once, well, well, like the title says, it's only somewhat accurate, so you might learn something, but it mightn't be correct.
That's all that
So keep
matters.
that in mind.
It's
I
all good.
think the motto for this should be take it with a pinch of salt. Know what I mean?
Okay.
Don't
Okay.
fucking don't come at us or anything if we've gotten some information wrong, because
Take
like it
your
says, we're only
aliens with a
somewhat accurate.
fucking pinch of moon dust. Be grand.
Exactly. Well, I suppose I'll start out first of all. Do you believe there's another intelligent race out there?
Um, I
That's
don't
all I'm
know.
legally allowed to play.
That's all you're legally allowed to play, of course.
Hmm.
I don't know. I think I think that's like intelligent. I don't really know. Maybe I'd like to think so. That'd be really cool. But maybe not
Hmm.
some fucking, as you said, little green man fucking strapped into a fucking bucket dropping down into the Pacific Ocean spying on us. Like maybe not that. Um,
Yeah.
but I don't know. I think you'd be a bit silly to say that there isn't anything. Ooh, the classic answer.
Yeah. I kind of keep the mentality of I'll believe it when I see it, and I
Okay.
know there have been numerous photos and videos put out as evidence in inverted quotas. Um,
Yeah.
but I haven't seen or read anything that has made me actually believe 100% to be
Mhm.
like, oh shit, I believe it. There's other things in this universe that are flying around in
Mhm.
spacecrafts and shit. But
Yeah.
I kind of like to keep an open mind about it because it's a very interesting thing, and as it's kind of put out by all the believers, is we've such a vast fucking universe and everything that it's hard to believe that there's not another Earth out there
Yeah.
somewhere,
Exactly.
which I kind of like to believe. But
Yeah.
again,
I want to believe.
it
I
could be
want to be
too far
like
away to get
fucking.
here.
I want to be Tom DeLonge, man. Aliens exist. Just hands out. I just want to be. I want to have that faith.
Yep. Yeah, I'd love to have that. And actually, that kind of faith comes into it as well later on. I have a little thing
Oh,
about that.
exciting.
But first of all, I'm guessing you saw the whole thing with the Pentagon coming out.
The where they
With
released some videos, wasn't that it?
Yeah, so the U.S. government came out and released videos
Yeah.
officially, and they were like, "Yeah, we don't know what
Mhm.
these are," basically. Um, that's kind of nuts if you think about it. Like a government body, one of the main government bodies in on Earth, basically. Well, they like to self-identify as that anyway.
Oh.
They their government came out and said, "Yeah, we don't know what these are. They could very well be what you think they are," but they never actually specifically say this could be aliens. You know what I mean?
Could be
They never
aliens.
once
They're
said
just yeah. They leave it open to interpretation. I think they just want to mess with people, personally.
that. Actually, because that's kind of the opposite of what they used to do. Because all right, I just what in my notes I have so national
Yeah.
security. I didn't actually know what the Pentagon was until today. I'm not gonna lie. I knew it
That's
was a
okay.
thing in U.S. and I was like, what actually goes on in the Pentagon? Because it's not like. Well, do you know what it is?
Isn't it like the head of their military or something? Something like that?
Yeah, okay, close enough. It's the HQ of the U.S. Department of Defense.
It's same
So
thing, kind of,
close enough.
I guess.
I never actually knew that. Um, I knew it was a shape, but that's pretty much it. But the national security officials delivered a report to Congress. Congress, see,
Hmm.
U.S. politics and everything just kind of confused me. What's the Congress?
Goes
Congress
over
is
my
probably
head as
like
well. Don't worry.
the main U.S. government body. The Congress is, I guess, it's kind of like officials
Hmm.
for each department. I guess I don't know. Could be wrong.
Okay.
Um, but yeah, the director of national intelligence actually delivered the report, which means one of the big boys up the top knew about this
Yeah.
and he delivered it.
Okay.
And then the big signal that the U.S. government were taking it seriously is the fact that they referred to them as UAPs instead of UFOs, so
Right.
unidentified aerial phenomenons.
Okay. Cool.
Which people were like, okay, they're not taking the piss by saying, oh, they're UFOs. They actually changed the name. They're like, these are unidentified aerial phenomenons. So people were like, oh
Yeah.
shit,
Okay.
they're actually taking it serious.
Right.
Um, I believe the government had always like ignored or denied accounts of UFOs. I guess like they
Yeah.
had because of a little snip I have. Um, so when the Pentagon confirmed the leaked UAP incidents or whatever or unknown or they were unknowns or legit, it was like huge news in the USA, especially because the USA is like one of the main countries with believers, I guess you could say. Because
Oh yeah. Of course. Yeah. The whole
you think
Roswell
about
thing.
yeah, exactly. Like if you think about any sort of videos or anything that came out, it's more than likely going to be from the USA.
Any of those crazy butt probing stories, it's always from like Kansas or something.
It's always from the USA, every single time. Um, but they never confirm or deny what they are. They just like it could literally be many things. But actually,
Hmm.
in 1952, a CIA group called the Psychological Strategy Board
Hmm.
concluded that when it came to UFOs, the American public was dangerously gullible.
Is that an official report? Please God, tell me it
this
is.
is this is an official report, and they were prone to hysterical mass behavior,
Oh.
which is kind of a nice way of saying, yeah, the American public will overreact
Okay.
to any sort of UFOs. Like if the government came out and said, "Oh yeah, there's a UFO," they knew the American public were gullible,
Hmm.
and this isn't me saying it, by
Just
the way. Not
lose their
this is
mind.
just what I read, and they would they were prone they were prone to hysterical mass behavior. That doesn't sound good at all.
Sure, it's like that.
Um,
Have you ever heard of the War of the Worlds? That classic story where it went on the radio, and apparently some people fucking believed that it was real.
oh yeah, 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 yeah. I
So I
mean, I'm
mean,
not
there's also
surprised.
fact for that too, I guess.
Yeah, there are studies out there, and if the CIA are the ones who put out this thing about them being dangerously gullible, not just gullible, they're dangerously gullible, that they'll take it to the extreme.
Okay.
So this psychological strategy board recommended debunking campaigns
Okay.
to tamper the public's interest in unexplained phenomena. So basically, they put forward a suggestion or put forward an idea of if there's anything we don't know what it is, and it gets out into the public, we need to have something ready to debunk it straight away because these people will lose their minds and they will cause chaos if they think there's something out there. I
That's
found that
really
very
funny
interesting.
that their own government is just like, we can't fucking trust them.
Yeah, like fucking CIA, Central Intelligence Agency. Yeah, that's what it's called, isn't it?
Something like that.
That's still kicking today as well, isn't it?
Oh
Yeah, it
yeah,
is. I didn't know that was a thing back in the 50s. Jesus,
back in the day.
but that's insane. Like, okay, yeah, that's well. Did you ever hear of Fata Morgana?
I can't say I have. No.
I'm not surprised because I never had a notion what this was. But it actually,
Okay.
it's just it's a name given to some sort of like a mirage, I guess, a kind of trick of the eyes, I guess, some way.
Mhm.
So these are like things that could be explained instead of a UFO. They could be fucking balloons, aircraft, some sort of
Right.
astronomical objects like
Okay.
stars,
Yeah.
planets, or some shit, or the Fata Morgana. Which okay, let me try and explain this. So you know how on a hot day in the distance you see like is
You
it
get that
gas like through the
shimmering
air?
kind of stuff. Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. So imagine you're at the beach on a hot sunny day, and you look at the horizon. You're looking at the water horizon.
I'm feeling toasty. I'm
Basically,
feeling
close your eyes, bring yourself there, and then imagine a cruise ship comes over the horizon. This
good.
this oh wait, this just is gonna tie in with like flat earthers or whatever, but you're not gonna see that thing for miles anyway.
Okay.
It comes over the horizon,
Uh huh.
and what you see is the water, and then you see a little sliver of the sky above the
Oh
water,
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah, yeah. I get you.
then you see the top of the cruise ship. So it looks like there's
Yes.
something floating above the water.
Get you. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, that's what Fata Morgana is.
yeah. Okay.
It's
Right.
like a mirage. Like, isn't a mirage the thing in deserts that, like, if someone's dehydrated and with that weird
Yeah, exactly.
uh,
With the weird heat
gas and
shimmer.
stuff? It's like reflections, I guess, because isn't the big thing with mirages in deserts is that you see a thing of water, but it's actually the sky reflecting off the
But it's
ground or
actually the
something?
sky. Yeah, exactly.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. I've just put that together in my head now, actually. Never knew
Big
it was the
brain.
sky and on the ground. Yeah, look at me. Um, yeah, that's the Fata Morgana. There's so many. There are so many other explanations than jumping
Mm-hmm.
to it's little green men in the sky. There just is. I know
But little green
most.
men in the sky are so much more fun. You can never deny
Oh God, yeah. I think it's
that.
just more. Yeah, it's people who just want to believe, so they do. I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Um. Okay, so that was the American thing. I had fun looking into that, but I didn't want to get too into it because it got very political, and I'm not about that. The
I'm
U.S.
not about
government
that shit, man.
confuses the fuck out of me. First of all,
I think it
so
confuses the fuck
I
out of
was
Americans as well. Don't worry.
well, they are dangerously gullible and prone to hysterical mass behavior, according to their CIA. So I looked into as you said earlier, the most most alien sightings or whatever are from the US. So I was like, huh,
Mm-hmm.
us being Irish boys, is there anything crazy going on in Ireland, or has
Ooh,
there ever
over
been?
our way. Okay.
Yeah, because I'd never heard of anything.
I think I've heard of some
Um,
like stories of some like lad in a field being like something in the sky, and then he just fucking dies through a meteorite through the brain. Maybe I'm
like
just
what?
making that up, but
Is
that's
that a
in my brain
movie?
somewhere. I don't know. That's in my brain somewhere. Maybe that exists. Maybe I'm just fucking dying. I don't know.
Maybe, but that sounds very interesting. Well, actually, um, so basically, two boyos, all right, two absolute champions called Carl Nally and Dermot Butler,
The boys.
founded a group called the UPRI, which
Hmm.
is the UFO and Paranormal Research Ireland. All right.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Yep. This group published a quarterly magazine that had stories of UFO sightings in Ireland, and
Mm-hmm.
they had about I think 30 contributors to the magazine. So they had 30 people kind of signed up, and they'd like submit their own sightings and stuff.
Absolute lads.
And I have a little snippet from one of these stories.
Okay.
From
Let me
this,
hear it.
they published a book as well that I'm actually going to try and get my hands on, because I think this could be an episode in itself, because it's especially just being from Ireland and stuff. I'd never heard of. Apparently, there's hotspots in Ireland for
Oh yeah.
UFO activity, and one of them is Newgrange, which is actually very close to me, I guess, isn't it? Yeah, it's like somewhat close.
Yeah, yeah.
But one of the stories is in May '92, a local
Mm-hmm.
artist was driving east from Glengariff to Bantry.
Right.
I didn't actually look up where those places are because I
Son
recognize
did not
Bantry, but I
worry.
don't know where that is. Um, when she saw a bright light in front of her car. Uh,
Okay. Spooky.
wait, every time I do that, it jumps my fucking notes up. Stop,
Stop.
stop. What, fuck, I lost where I was now. I've lost it. Okay, I need to
Real
start again.
professional, man.
Wait 1 sec. Oh, this is still the Pentagon. That's not the Pentagon. Okay, so yeah. May 1992. Shut the fuck up. May 1992. A local artist was driving east from Glengarriff to Bantry when she saw a bright light in front of her car at Snave at 9:30 p.m.
'Twas Mother
Um,
Mary.
I mean, maybe she proceeded to get out of the vehicle to have a closer look at what was now obviously an object of some kind. She felt dizzy and returned to her car to discover that 1 hour had somehow passed by.
Oh, okay. I've
Huh.
heard of kind of shit like that happening before.
Some days later, the woman remembered during that hour being in a round room. This is from being, it's in like a little quotation marks, being in a
Yeah,
round
yeah.
room lying down on a couch with incandescent lighting around the circumference of the wall with four bright figures in front of her. There were voices and images flashing into her head, and she was certain the voice and images meant that at least one of the beings was communicating with her by telepathic means. That's that's the old artist from Bantry or wherever she's from. That's her story.
Right.
That's a little snippet like. Um so I'm really gonna try and get my hands on this book because they released the book. There was someone telling me actually how they had the book when they were younger and they read it and it fucked them up a little bit. So I was like, okay, I need to read that then.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe this lady just had a seizure. That's kind of what it's just. I don't know. I'm just
Yeah,
picturing
maybe
this
she blacked out.
lady. Like have you ever had a migraine before?
Oh god, yeah.
Do you get like those like visions kind of things? So like your eyesight starts to like kind of come in from the edges, and you can see like some like colors and shit. This sounds kind of similar. Not gonna
I
lie.
don't think I've had that no, but I've had like see the way she feels dizzy. Or yeah,
Mm-hmm.
she got out of the car, she felt dizzy. So there's no mention of her like getting up off the ground or anything. So she didn't like pass out. Well, maybe she did, but she didn't want to say it. I don't know. Because an hour went by when she got back into the car, so maybe she did pass
Mm-hmm.
out. But you know when you're fainting and you see like it's always like TV static. You get that?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
ever faint?
I've never fainted. No.
So you really?
Yeah, never. No.
I find that very hard to believe. You
I'm
never
just such a
fainted at all in your
fucking
life.
boy.
Like I'm not trying to. I don't want to say this in a bad way. Like I don't mean any ill intentions here. But being a vegetarian, I feel like you'd pass out a bit more than someone who ate meat. No,
No, man.
because of
Fuck.
dietary like
I'm fucking full of
deficiencies.
energy. You know me, boy.
That's just all the cocaine.
It's all the
Bruh, bruh.
bruh.
uh, so you never faint? Okay, I fainted on a bus. No, I nearly fainted on a bus before,
Okay.
and it's the weirdest feeling you'll ever have in your life. So
Okay, do explain.
it was a packed bus, and I had to stand downstairs, um, hold onto the rail, and then it was like no oxygen on the bus at all. It was just so many people
Right.
packed on, and
Just
there was
hot
just
and heavy.
CO2 everywhere. Yeah, so I started to get hot and sweaty, and then my vision started to get a bit fucky. So like that staticky, or like you start to see stars, it's just
Okay,
bright
yeah, I get you.
dots everywhere. So I got that, and it's really strange because you start drooping over. So basically, I started drooping over, like in that I was in like an L shape. So my legs were still upright, but my body had slumped. And then I was
God.
like, it's so weird
Oh
because
my god.
like I was still holding onto the pole, but I was somehow like drooping down. But then I'd like snap out
Jesus.
of it, and I'd be like, oh shit.
Right,
And then
yeah.
you do it again, and you're like, oh shit, I'm about to fucking fall on the ground here. And there was, I'm pretty sure there was a lady in front of me with her pram with a baby in it, and I was like, I'm about to headbutt this baby in the face if I fall over. I
Oh
was like,
no.
right, gotta get off the bus. So then I somehow managed to get off the bus. I don't actually remember getting off the bus, but
Right.
as soon as the air hit me, I just snapped back. I was just like, oh shit, okay. I suppose that happened. I blacked out for a few seconds, but somehow made it off
Shit.
the bus. Unless someone like picked me up and carried me off the bus, I don't remember.
Maybe you were just
But yeah,
fuck. Your brain was starved of oxygen. Maybe this lady in her car, there was car fumes, and she couldn't fucking breathe. There you go.
maybe. Yeah, 92 would have been very gassy back then.
Back
I
in the
suppose all the
diesel
cars would have
days.
been back in the diesel days. Yeah, running off pure turf, by. Do you think? Okay, so you know the way stories people recount of abductions or whatever are very
Mhm.
similar. Okay,
Of course.
do you think that the
yes.
stories that come out are copied from person to person, or maybe
Okay.
it's more reason to believe because everyone seems to have a similar experience, that maybe it's more reason to believe, oh shit, okay, maybe it is happening, because like they're either copying other people's stories and accounts because they want some
Mhm.
clout or some shit, they want attention, or maybe it actually happened and these people are, or these beings are out there trying to fucking
Yeah.
abduct us and probe our anuses, and one of the authors actually of this book, or one of the founders of the UPRI, what was his name? Nally, Carl Nally.
Yep. Yep.
This is actually this is a little snippet from an article from an interview with him, and I actually makes a lot of sense. Okay, so Nally is baffled as to why the Irish are so skeptical about believing in UFOs. For
Mhm.
people who have relatively little trouble believing in moving statues, banshees, ghosts,
Oh my
and the
god. Yeah.
superstitions of folklore, it's a bit of a mystery to him and Butler, the other author or the other founder, as to why UFOs aren't accepted in our society in the same
That
way.
is a great
He has
point, actually. To be
he
fair,
has a
because
point.
like we are a fairly superstitious bunch. To be fair.
Yeah, like there's plenty of folklore and biblical stories out there that people have no problems believing, but once
Mhm.
aliens are brought up, they make it seem like a crazier idea than some chap with like a
Yeah.
staff chasing all the snakes out of Ireland. You know what I mean?
Do you know what? That's pretty fair because you always hear of those stories of like, yeah, like statues moving or like the fucking Mary's eyes start bleeding red or some garbage. But like, yeah,
Yeah,
that's a good point.
it's a fairly fucking solid point. Like, he's not even trying to convince people that they're real. He's just like, why am I being attacked for this,
Yeah,
or why are the media taking the piss out of me for this? When, like,
that's
I don't want
already
to make it
ingrained into
religious,
our
but
culture.
religion is a thing. Like, Ireland is a very religious country, and they'll believe stuff in the Bible that seem very fucking out there. Like, I'm not gonna try and pull something out of
Hmm.
the Bible because I don't know. Like Moses splitting the sea or whatever. Is that a thing from the Bible? It is, right?
Moses splitting my ass. I can't say that.
Moses splitting my asshole. Uh, but no, I think it's fairly solid point, to be honest.
That's a very good point. Yeah. No, I'd be behind this guy. He seems pretty cool. He seems pretty level headed, to be honest.
That's why I want to read their book. Or well, no, I don't know how much writing is in it. Well, it would be all stories, but that's why I want to get their book,
Yeah.
because when I read that, I was like, okay, he's lucid. Like he knows he knows things. Like
Yeah.
he
Yeah.
makes
Of course.
sense. Um. Right. Question for you.
Mm-hmm.
When do you
Hit me.
think? When do you think alien abduction stories and that became a thing?
Yeah. When did it start? Is that what you're asking?
Mm-hmm.
That's a great question. I don't really know. I assume I want like my gut instinct to say like the Egyptians or something. I don't know. Those guys seem like they'd believe in something like that.
Yeah, possibly. I don't actually have the answer. I just wanted to ask.
Oh, okay. This is just an open-ended question. Fair enough.
No, no, no. But basically, the first widely spread and recognized stories of alien abduction were in the 50s, 1950s.
No way.
Uh, it's
Okay,
said
I
that
was
there were
only like
many.
3,500 years off. That's fine.
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. Well, no, in fairness, there were. I'm pretty sure I've seen things. Now, I haven't looked into this, but I'm pretty sure I've seen like hieroglyphics have weird alien stuff on them, don't they? Maybe I'm wrong.
That yeah, something's popping to mind there. Although we're also at this stage getting into the ancient aliens kind of history channel at 4 a.m. kind of vibes.
Yeah, yeah. Which was it was beautiful those days. Like those nights when you couldn't sleep and you watch telly shopping and then you flick on the History Channel and it's just some chap talking about aliens and you're just like, oh fuck yeah, I can dig this.
I'm not gonna
But
lie. Sometimes they're pretty good.
oh no, they're always pretty good. Or How It's Made, remember that on Discovery Channel? That's like
Classic.
that'd be on for 4 hours straight during the night because no one wanted to watch it during the day. But yes, the first widely spread. I'm gonna kind of emphasize widely spread were in the 50s because there were people who claimed being abducted before that, but it wasn't like a big thing.
Okay.
But there's two main ones that are known, and one of them is from a guy called Antonio Villas Boas, who was a
Okay.
23-year-old farmer from Brazil. Um, okay, this story is actually wild. Okay, just fucking strap in. So while working at night, which he justifies because it was too hot to work during the day, so he's working at night on a farm. In 1957, he saw a red light in the sky that approached him. When it got closer to him, he saw that it was a circular or egg shape, and he was like, "You know what? I'm outie." So he tried to run. He hopped on his tractor, and he got not very far before the tractor apparently the engine cut out and it died.
Right.
And then he got off it and he tried to like run away basically, but he was caught. He was caught and subdued by 4 humanoids, as they're described.
Okay.
They were 5 feet tall, had small blue eyes, and they barked instead of speech.
Okay.
So they barked or yelped,
Creepy.
I think it said, instead of speaking.
Right, okay. Spooky lads.
So these boyos subdued him and they carried him onto the craft, which had landed behind him. Once inside the landed craft, he was stripped naked and covered in a strange gel. Thank you. And then blood was taken from his chin. I don't know how. It's strange. Blood samples. And he was put in a room for 30 minutes and gassed, which made him violently ill.
Right.
It sounds like fairly shit experience so far, doesn't it?
I mean, for you, speak for yourself, man. That sounds like a wild ride to me.
It's pretty traumatic. You're being picked up by these 5-foot bios. You carry you into their craft, get you naked, gel you up. That part sounds okay. But then you start taking blood, and then they gas you, which makes you puke everywhere. But don't worry, his luck is about to go upwards.
Okay.
So shortly after, he was gassed and became violently ill. Oh God. He was joined in this room by a humanoid, okay, which to Boas's eyes appeared to be a female.
Ooh.
She is recounted to have been naked and very attractive.
Yeah. Very good.
She was the same height as the other humanoids. She had a pointed chin and large blue cat-like eyes. She also had long white hair, despite her underarm and pubic hair being bright red. So this Wikipedia story gets very in-depth here, okay?
This is wild.
Sounds like a furry's wet dream. Yeah. So just let me know if you're getting too into it, and we'll take a minute to cool off or whatever. So tell me what you think happened next.
Do they fuck?
Ding ding ding. Yes, they do.
Yes.
So they had sexual intercourse, and afterwards, the female rubbed her belly and gestured upwards, which Boas assumed to mean that she was going to raise their child in space.
Okay. Space babies. I like it.
This one Boas gets a bit offended here, right? You ready? The female seemed relieved that their task was over. And Boas said he felt angered by the situation, as he felt like he was no more than a good stallion for these humanoids.
They have robbed him of his mighty seed.
Yeah. It's actually in inverted commas there. He actually said the words, "I felt like a good stallion." So yeah. I mean, let's not get it wrong. He wasn't forced into this. He found this woman very attractive, or humanoid very attractive, and he got into it. He was all for it. But yeah, this lady then, female humanoid then left, and he was given a tour of the craft.
Okay. Guided tour, access all areas, VIP.
Yeah, you're goddamn right. He was given a guided tour of the spacecraft after fucking pump and dumped, you know what I mean?
Right.
He was then on the tour. He tried to steal a clock as proof of the encounter, but they caught him and took it back. They weren't happy about that. They didn't want any souvenirs. No souvenirs. He said like a clock-like device or something, which is kind of strange.
Right,
I don't think you'd find a clock. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. But they caught him and they took it back. He was then
Right.
escorted off the ship and he discovered that 4 hours had passed when he got home.
Mm.
And that's
My
the end of
boy. Last
Antonio
for 4
Villas
hours.
Boas. Yeah, 4 hours, fuck. Well, at least two of them must have been the bang. He's doing all right, like. Absolute stallion.
Cool. I guess the aliens
Um,
finally came to Brazil.
yeah, they did. But the fact that this is in 1957 made me think. Do you think the
Mhm.
people heard this, and then when the LSD and other hallucinogenic drugs became popular in the later decades, like the 60s, 70s, or whatever, do you think their imagination had these stories in the back of their heads? So once they
Right.
took these drugs, the boom of alien
Yeah.
encounters and abductions happened because drugs were such a
Oh,
big
that's
thing, or
interesting.
hallucinogenic drugs became a big thing. So people were like, "That's in
Yeah.
my head anyway." So then they started seeing these things or whatever.
Yeah, I like that idea.
I really think that's why it became a much bigger thing after that, because obviously, like 60s and 70s were huge for acid or whatever.
Of course.
That people started to see things that weren't actually there, like obviously trips.
Yeah.
And I think having these stories come into the public eye in the late 50s,
Mhm.
it
They're already
definitely would have
everywhere.
had a big, yeah, it would have had a big impact on your visuals. Basically, I think
Totally.
people thought they were being probed up the ass or whatever, but it's probably just their mate.
Oh no. Oh god, this was just
Probably just their
the
mate trying
fucking
to
farmer
explore.
down the
No,
road.
yeah, it could have been the farmer or like their mate next to them who was on shrooms as well, and he was having his own like thing, but he was actually doing the probing of some alien when it was actually his friend, and his friend was seeing
Oh,
the opposite side
okay.
of it. That's what I like to think.
Oh
You know what I
man.
mean? A bit of back and forth.
God.
So both of them left happy either way.
Yeah, both came away with a little story.
Yeah,
I
exactly.
like it.
But yeah, that was one. The other one is like the Hill family from USA, but I didn't actually look into that one because I found that one way more intriguing. Good old
Yeah, no,
Antonio.
that was interesting. All right, what a boy. Did
Um,
do you know if the space babies from beyond the moon ever came back?
I don't think so. I think she
Damn
dipped, and she's probably just getting that alimony or whatever you call it.
it. Okay. He gets a space
I do have
lawyer
one
to
more
come
question,
after him every once in a while. Oh, go for it.
but I thought of this question, right? And then I realized that I'm actually involved in this
What?
question in a way. I know that doesn't make
Okay,
sense.
you've piqued my interest. Go for it.
So, you know the way in the last like, I guess it'd be in the last 5 or 10 years,
Uh,
aliens have become really trendy. So, you know
okay.
the whole like tie dye T-shirts and the LSD esque photos of like, I don't want to put it down just to like a gender, but there is a certain gender that does it a lot more than the other.
Right. Okay.
So like late teen girls, you not know this? Like
I don't think I'm aware of this. No.
there's a whole like I could name five. Well, I'm not gonna do it, but I could name like five people that I know right now that have an alien tattoo because
Right.
it's
Yeah. When you initially said it, I was like, yeah, I guess I've seen alien tattoos quite often.
yeah, it's always that the like
It's
the
a little
little
head.
shape of a head. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
it's a,
No, I've totally seen that. Yeah.
it's a trendy thing, like, and
Okay.
like like the tie dye T-shirts, and there's always an alien on it or like a UFO or something on it, and then there's like
Right. Yeah.
photos
Yeah.
that people take and put on Instagram or whatever the fuck, and it's always like some weird acid trip in the background or something, and they change their eyes to
Okay.
be alien eyes. Have you not noticed that?
No. No. I'm vaguely aware of this, but I know the tattoos anyway.
So I thought I was like, why do you think they became so trendy in recent years? Like,
Hmm.
I don't understand. Like, is it just like I don't know? Did it become trendy? There's no big movies or anything in recent years that
I
made
don't
it
think
big.
definitely not with like those classic like fucking weird oval head alien. I don't think
Ooh,
so. Not that's coming
because
directly to mind. Maybe there is.
in recent years they've like in Hollywood or whatever, they've evolved aliens. So they've made different fucking types and like
Yeah, of course.
some fucked up types as well.
Exactly.
So I don't know, like the you know I was actually found an article today that was based on the Little Green Men.
Oh yeah.
And why do we imagine aliens as little green men as such?
Right.
Um, apparently in 2016, the U.S. Army Chief of Staff delivered a speech at a training program at Norwich University in Vermont. At the time, he likely didn't expect that his words would fuel widespread speculation on the internet about the military engaging with UFOs and extraterrestrials. But then again, he did tell an audience of cadets, "You'll be dealing with little green men."
Oh no. Oh no.
But apparently, that's a phrase that refers to military personnel in Russia and Ukraine because of their uniforms.
Right.
So they call them little green men.
Little green men.
But-
That feels not okay.
No, that seems. Yeah, I think that's just like a good old drill sergeant just telling people like, "You're gonna be dealing with little green men," kind of
Little
thing.
green man.
but but the fact that like a whole like the world or whoever listened to this thought little
Yeah.
green men automatically meant, oh, that's alien. That's for sure aliens.
Oh yeah, totally. We're gonna
And-
send our fucking soldiers off to fight aliens. It's gonna be cool. It's gonna be sick.
I
Tune in.
I haven't found out properly where the original like
Yeah.
concept for it is,
Mhm.
but the trope might predate science fiction itself back to the 12th century English legend known as the Green
Oh,
Children
right.
of Woolpit. So the 12th century could be
Ooh.
where these fucking little green men thingy came from.
Oh no way.
So basically, in a 2006 study, scientists described this folktale, which recounts the unexplained appearance of two children with green skin near the village of Woolpit in eastern England. In sci-fi, use of the phrase "little green men" dates back to the 1940s. With the Encyclopedia of Science Fiction, yeah, boring. But wait, what? Frederick Brown's popular science fiction novel "Martians Go Home" reinforced this idea of small green-skinned aliens.
Ooh.
Now, I have to say, I do have an alien tattoo myself. I did bring it up earlier on about it being a trend.
I was like, yeah, in my brain I was like, how was Jamie connected to that? It's only just as you said it. I'm like, yeah, fuck, he has one, doesn't he?
Yeah, I don't have one of the like the basic bitch ones. Okay, it's different. It's mine's different, which is definitely something that anyone would say anyway. But it is.
yeah.
Mine's like
You're unique,
flash
bro,
idea
it's
from-
Okay, don't worry.
Yeah, it's from the X-Files actually. So
You're getting way too much use out of that.
I love it. Oh, I fucking love it. What else do I have?
So good.
Is Steven Spielberg gonna sue me for using that?
He's fucking knocking on your door
Wait.
already. You can hear that in the background.
Does ET actually say phone home? Because in this clip I found, and the only one I could ever find was home phone.
Oh my god.
Have we got a Bernstein little situation here? Or a
Is fucking
Nelson
ET
Mandela
just
effect?
Yoda? Does ET do the whole backwards thing as well?
Home phone.
He says home phone.
He definitely says home phone.
But everyone says phone home.
Phone.
Phone home.
I think it's
Because
'cause
home phone
Elliot-
is
I think-
fucking stupid.
Yeah, he's dumb as fuck. Stupid. Stupid
One of my
ET.
favorite,
Like.
one of my favorite like Twitter posts or memes that I've ever seen is this guy who is like, "Man, if me and my friends found ET, we would have murdered him with hammers."
Some little gremlin in the forest. Like, absolutely, you'd murder it.
Yeah.
Like,
He
get
was
the
like,
fuck
"Man,
away
if I
from
was-
me.
If I was 12 with all my mates, he's not getting out of this. He's not getting off the planet. Like,
I guess it's just down to where you're from, I guess. Because absolutely, if that was in Ireland, that bitch would have been murdered in 2.4 seconds. But obviously, the people of America or Elliot is nicer. Because, like, you're not going to befriend some weird creature from the forest.
he is nasty.
You-
not
you-
gonna lie. Have you seen a picture of ET lately? He is not a little cuddly boy.
Wait, lately, has he aged or what's going on?
Yeah, man, he's gone through a dark period.
Shit. Maybe he's. Wait a second.
What?
Hang on. maybe he's the baby of Antonio Boas,
Oh,
and he came back to Earth because his mother was like, "Your father's going to get a pack of cigarettes. He's gone to that planet over there."
she's fucking done with him. She's just like, right, you fucking hit.
Here, you little
like,
bastard.
Yeah, he's like, you've hit 18. Get out. Find your dad. I'm not dealing with you anymore.
Here, you see, you little prick. Get out of here. You're not welcome anymore. Go find your dad or something. And he came
You're
home.
21 moon years old. Get out of here.
Fuck knows what that is in dog years. All right, get out of here. You're not welcome anymore. Okay. Maybe it is Bowser's son, and he came back to find his daddy, and then he was like, you know what? I'm gonna go back home. I'm gonna home phone, whatever the fuck that means.
It's a beautiful story.
I wish. Imagine ET just ended with Elliot whipping out a hammer and smashing his skull.
Jesus Christ. I mean, I'd watch it.
I would too. Like ET2, The Revenge or something.
Oh my god. ET2, the hammering.
Oh my god, yes, please. All right. Okay, that's all I have on aliens anyway.
Very good. Well,
So
I feel like I've learned some stuff.
I don't have a quiz or anything, but like, what do you think you're gonna take out of this? What are you gonna remember?
I like the.
What do you remember right now?
Yeah, the fucking lads from Ireland who were just like, "Yo, we saw that. Why is that not hard to believe? You believe in fucking statues moving and shit." I think he's gonna stick with me. Carl, whatever.
Solid point. Carl Nally, yeah.
And to be honest, the only other thing I can think about is E.T. and various ways that he get murdered by children. So maybe it'll come back to me.
He'd get stoned to death immediately.
And obviously, the Brazilian guy and his hot, sexy alien babe.
Oh god, yeah. Heck yeah.
Also that the USA government doesn't believe in its people.
The CIA. Dangerously gullible and prone to hysterical mass behavior.
Dangerously gullible. That just feels mean.
Make of that what you will. Fucking. Actually, I did look up. What you call it? Carl Nally, and the UPRI. I looked it up on Facebook, and they stopped posting in 2014, unfortunately.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah, I might try and, unless I don't know, maybe they passed away or something, but maybe I'll try and get in touch. That'd be kind of fun. I'll try and fucking get in touch with them and get an interview with them. That'd be kind of sick.
That would be hell yeah.
That's actually another thing I was thinking about. Maybe down the line we know some people that know some things, and we could fucking get them in and start chatting shit with them. Maybe.
Absolutely.
We have some smart friends.
I mean,
right?
Smart. People know stuff doesn't mean they're smart.
People that know more things than we do. How about that?
That's true. That is true. I mean, we don't know very much. Hence why the name of the whole thing somewhat accurate.
Yeah, somewhat accurate.
Somewhat.
Kumquat. Kumquat. Did you ever have a kumquat before?
E.T. Kumquat. No, I haven't. I don't think so.
I'd heard it before, but I never know what it was. Actually,
I don't know.
I've never seen a picture of a kumquat. Don't think it's an orange. Wait, how do you spell it? Kumquat. There it is. What does it look like? Oh, it is an orange. Oh shit, you're right.
Oh hell yeah.
Kumquat is an edible orange-like fruit that is native to Southeast Asia. Right, so this wasn't too heavy of a subject, but I do still have, as we wanted to include, a palate cleanser.
Oh yes.
And this is kind of like, I wouldn't say it's a pet peeve, but it's kind of like a thought that I had.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember I was going to the shop, and I went to Lidl or something, and I stood on the escalator, and it's probably the slowest escalator I've ever been on in my life.
Right.
And
I'm already
all I could think of was how much of my life have I wasted on shit like this, dumb shit like
elevators.
This. Like, elevators are different, I guess, because you're gonna hop on them and you're going up like maybe 4 floors, which would take you longer to walk. But at the same time,
yeah.
you're standing there doing nothing, as opposed to if you were to walk up the stairs, you're kind of
You're burning
exercising. So
energy
that's
and stuff.
something.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
So this slow ass escalator just made me think, how much of my life is going to be wasted? Because you know the way that people always say, like, oh, you waste a third of your life by sleeping, or 2/3 of your life, or some shit from sleeping. I don't actually know what this
Fuck that.
statistic.
Sleeping's great. I love that's time well spent, bro.
Well, yeah. You ever see did you ever see like fuckers, like are they life coaches or something on Instagram or some shit?
Oh
And they're
yeah,
like,
of course.
oh yeah, wake up at 5 a.m. I work out straight away. Then I eat 17 eggs, and then I
Rise
fucking
and
drink my protein
grind.
shake. Rise and grind,
Yeah.
baby.
Yeah.
Like
No, I can't do
I
that.
couldn't do that ever. Sleep is too important. It's too needed.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, waste of
I
time on a
actually-
fucking escalator.
I thought a similar thing. I was in the supermarket just there, and I was waiting in the queue, and my brain had the exact same thought. I was just like, "Fuck, why am I even alive at this point? Like, this is just wasted."
This is just wasted.
Yeah, I get it.
It
I
is,
get
like,
where
when
I-
you-
I get where you're coming from.
That's why whenever I'm on one of the flat escalators, I walk up it. If there's no one in front of
Oh
me,
yeah, totally.
fucking being a dick and blocking it, you're supposed to stand on one side, but I walk up it because it just
Yeah,
feels
yeah.
better than standing there waiting.
Like, are you talking about the airport ones where they're flat and you feel like you're zooming along?
Them as well as the ones that
Oh, the one
I
that
just meant
go-
the
yeah,
non-step
yeah.
ones.
I get you.
Well, even the step ones I walk up as well.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, so yeah, wasted life on an escalator. I'm just curious what else I probably wasted my life on.
This is a
Where
palate
it's things that
cleanser.
you-
This is making me feel sad.
I don't know, maybe it's just it's supposed to be a little lighthearted end, but I guess it's not at all, is it? It's just fucking enraging us.
Oh,
Kind of depressing.
now I feel mortal.
Yeah.
My mortality has been just directly shown to me.
At least you're not ET getting his skull smashed in.
I mean, at this stage, I'd probably prefer it.
I'm gonna write an email to Steven Spielberg asking him to make a second one. It is Steven Spielberg, right? I'm not talking out my
It is
ass.
Stevens. No, it is. It totally is. Yeah.
Yeah. I might just throw an email to his office and just be like, "Here, you need to make another one." But ET's like, it's his evil cousin, and he gets as soon as he gets off the spaceship, he gets his skull caved in. Or is that
It's
too dark?
specifically by a group of like 12-year-olds, though. That makes it funnier.
Yeah, they're all on bikes, like fucking doing a dirt track in the forest, and ET's evil cousin. What would his name be?
Te.
Yeah, that makes sense. TE comes down and he ruins their dirt track, so they're pissed
Oh, you can't. Do
and they're
that.
like, "Hey, yo, what you doing?" So these 12-year-olds just automatically have hammers with them because 12. Just rock up and they're like, "Hey, bro, what's your story, bro? Where are you coming from?" And he's like, "TE phone," and then he gets his skull smashed in.
He doesn't even get to finish it.
No, he doesn't get to finish.
Oh my god, yes.
TE
I
phone.
want to watch that now.
E.T.
I'm gonna write that email.
Oh hell yeah.
I really,
love it.
I feel like I'm definitely gonna get fucking copyright claimed from that. Just from that.
It's worth it. Totally worth it.
Ugly,
Forgot about Arnold.
ugly
Oh.
motherfucker.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Ugly motherfucker.
Fucking predator.
Right,
quotes,
that'll-
oh, yeah.
Oh god, wait. Oh yeah, it is because it's when he's staring at him, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's a
You ugly motherfucker. What a
there's a scene. I don't actually know what movie it is. It's with the same guy that's in Predator with him. Fuck, what's his name? I can't remember, but it's the same guy in a different movie. And
Okay.
I think he calls him like an ugly asshole, and he like tries to shoot him, and there's no bullets left. You ever see that? No.
I don't think so.
Oh, okay, never mind.
Never.
Forget
mind.
about it.
There's Google.
Yeah, I brought it up.
We can
Just Google,
find
yeah.
it later. It's all good.
Alrighty, that seems like a good. We're almost
Alrighty,
at
that's
60 minutes.
60 mins, bro. Yeah, okay. Well,
Heck
thank
yeah.
you for that. I feel a bit enriched after that.
Yeah, you enlightened a wee bit. about
I'm
aliens.
enlightened. My brain has been opened to the new, I don't know, to the universe, the prospects of what's out there.
Yeah, the main thing I took from it was fucking Nally making some strong points about folklore. Like,
Absolutely.
if you can believe in that, why can't you believe in this?
Why
But
can't you believe in that?
I'm still in the realm of, I don't believe in folklore or biblical things because I haven't seen, I didn't witness them. So I'm gonna stay like
Yeah.
that until I won't believe until I see it. Same with like spirits and stuff, which is gonna be another episode in
Yeah.
itself, which I have planned.
Ooh, I can't wait for that one.
Yeah, I haven't seen a spirit and haven't witnessed anything, so I don't believe in them yet. We'll see.
Fair enough. All right. Yeah, I get behind that. I think I'm still firmly in the ground of lots of people. The brain is a very powerful thing. Seizures and fucking hallucinogen stuff is, I don't know, it's rampant, and people don't really understand what their brain do.
I really
But,
do think that
I
hallucinogenic
wanna
drugs have a
believe.
big part in it. Yeah,
Oh, totally.
I want to believe.
You want
too.
to believe.
Alright. This is the goddamn 10th time I've recorded this part. Because I keep coughing and shit. But this is it. I'm very sick at the minute, but I need to record this to wrap this goddamn episode up and finish it. But I just wanted to say, if you made it this far, thank you very much for listening. This is just a little pilot episode of a project that we want to do. It is hosted by Mark and myself, Jamie. We're just going to pick topics. We're just two boyos. We're going to pick topics we're interested in, research them a little bit, and then tell the other person about it, and have some goofs and laughs along the way. As the title suggests, we are only somewhat accurate, so we are not experts at all in these areas. Swear to God, don't cough again. Music, intro and outro music is by a guy called Carl Casey. You'll find him on Spotify and iTunes under that name, or on YouTube under the name Whitebat Audio. He does a lot of cool cyberpunky, synthwave and metal, and all of his stuff is copyright free, but you'll find links in the description of whatever you listen to this on, so his stuff is really cool. This is a pilot episode, as I've said many times, so I said or a lot in that fucking episode. I know, okay, I get it. We're learning, or we will learn eventually. We'll get into the flow of it. But yeah, if you made it this far, if you're still listening, thank you very much. And I hope you will come back for the later topics, because we've got some funky and interesting ones lined up. So thank you very much, and bye bye.